So in this video, we are going to do the SolidWorks sample certification design of the part which is stopper. So let me show you the drawing. So this is the drawing. In this front view, you can see there is a lot of dimension. This sketch is simple, but we have a lot of dimension and relation. The dimensions are given in millimeters, so we have to change the dimensions in millimeters. And we are going to start the sketch on the front plane. So go to SolidWorks and we are going to start the sketch on the front plane. So for this sketch, we are going to start from one point and keep moving and doing the next step. So from this point, we are going to start it and make sure the first line you draw it according to the origin. So this point will be our origin, X and Y axis, this one, and we will start moving uh, from this point. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? I am going to select the line tool and make sure the first point is coincident with this origin. So whenever you draw a sketch, make sure you are going to start it from the origin. So you can fully define it. The other way is that you have to define the dimension uh, with the origin. So you can make the sketch according to the given drawing and which is fully defined. So this point, this origin, the first point on this origin and draw a horizontal line. And we are going to give the first dimension. So for this dimension, we have 42. Okay, select the smart dimension tool and select this line and it has the dimension of 42 millimeters. Now we are going to move to the next line. Select the line tool and we are going to draw this line at this point, and here we have this arc, the fillet, and we are going to draw this fillet, and then we are going to draw again a horizontal line and we are going to give the dimension for these lines. Okay, so line tool is activated and select this point, the second end point of the first line. So make sure your mouse, the cursor, this little pencil is on this one and it's telling that you are going to draw a coincident uh, line from this point. This little symbol it's showing like that, and draw a line, a rough line which is at some angle and place it. Now when you place this line, you are still in the line command, so you can convert this line command into the arc command. So you just have to move your mouse back toward this end point here at this point, and now this tool is converted to the arc, the line is converted to arc. Okay, so we are going to place a arc like that and then draw a horizontal line and select to deactivate the line command. So here we are going to add some relation and dimension. So activate the smart dimension tool, select it, and we are going to define the angular dimension between this line. So select this line and then select this line, and it will have angular dimension between these 2 points at this location. If we move your mouse at this point, now it's defining the angle in that direction. Also place it here. So for this angle, okay, now move to the next point and make sure the smart dimension tool is activated and select this arc, this fillet, and it has the diameter radius of 48. Sorry. Next, we are going to define the position, the central position of this arc. So select this one, and from this point, it has the dimension of 102. Okay, like that. And now move to the next point. So from this point to this point, we have the dimension of 128. So we are just defining this dimension here, this one, and this one. Okay. So next, we are going to see which dimension or which line we are going to draw. So from this point, we will move upward, a vertical line, then a line at some angle, a slope, and then a horizontal line, and keep defining the dimension of these lines. Okay. Now we have to add a relation between this line and this arc. So make sure you are not in the smart dimension tool. So press Alt and select this line and this arc, and it will select this, Control select this, and it will show the properties of this line and the add relation which we can add between this arc and this line. So we want them have a tangent relation. So at this point, if you draw, you can see the sketch is fully defined. So also subscribe my channel if you did not. Subscribe it and press the bell button. And now select this line tool, and from this point move upward and make sure you draw a vertical line. The automatic relation is showing with this pencil of the cursor, and place it here and draw a line at some angle, and again a line which is horizontal. The relation of horizontal is showing, and then left click and select to deactivate the line tool, and you can also see the relation between these lines. So if you draw a line and it is not horizontal, then just select this line, and from here add relation. You can make them horizontal or vertical according to your requirement. Now select the smart dimension tool, and we are going to define the dimension for these two lines. So from this point to the bottom edge, we have this dimension A, which is 125. So from this point and to this point, it has the total dimension which is 125, the total height. And then the angle between this line and this line at this place, not this one, sorry, the angle is between this line and this line, 57. So, okay, select this line and then this line and place the dimension at this point. So it will have an angle between these two lines. So make sure for the correct lines you select to add the angle. We can also add the angle between this line and this line, but we needed to then calculate the angular dimension between this line and this line. So this is just a triangle. So this angle is 57, 57. This is 90. So 180 minus 57 and 90. So we will have this angle. So we will not calculate it. We will just go with the drawing. So 57. Okay, next point. For this line, we have the dimension of 55. And let's go to the drawing. We have 97 from this point to the bottom. So select this point and this line, and it has the dimension of 97. Okay, now move to the next point. So it's fully defined at this point. 97, not 67, 97, sorry, like that. Okay, now at this point we are make the sketch fully defined. So make sure your sketch is also fully defined. Just make sure for the relations and the dimensions. So the relations are also showing here. Okay, next we have to draw a arc at this point and then a horizontal line and add a tangent relation between them at this point, and then define the dimensions. The rest is simple. Okay, so to draw this arc, I am going to select the 3-point arc, expand the arc type, and I am going to select the 3-point arc, and this will be the first point. So make sure the first point is coincident with this point. So select it. This is the first point. Then left click to place a second point, and then just drag your mouse like that. So you just draw a arc like that. And again select the line tool, and here I am going to draw a line and make sure this line is horizontal. So I did not connected these lines. We can do it manually. So press Ctrl, select this line and add a relation between them, tangent. And we want this point, select this point and then this arc and add a relation between them, coincident. So this point of this line is tangent and coincident with this arc. Next, use the trim entities and trim this one. So we just you do it with more steps. We can also do it with less steps. Just like when you are drawing this line, make sure it's coincident with this point on this arc. So now the dimension. So select this, and it has the dimension of 35. Okay, so next we are going to draw a line. So now this line, make this line, and then a vertical line, and then a horizontal line. Okay, so we are going to draw a line at some angle and then draw a vertical line. Now smart dimension tool. So from this point to this point, it has the dimension of 83, and we just have to drag this point in this direction like that. So left click to select this point and then just move your mouse and place it at this point. Okay. Smart dimension tool, select this line and this line to place an angular dimension between them, 47. And next, from this point to this point, we have this dimension of 81. And we also have a dimension from this point to this line, which is B, this one. So from this point to this line, this dimension we have 1, not this point. Smart dimension tool, select this line and this has the dimension of 35. Okay, from this point, to this line, we have the dimension of, so there is some mistake, I think. So this point, select this point and this point, the center, and make sure they have the horizontal dimension. Good. 35. And here, smart dimension tool, dimension between this point and this point, this dimension we have 17. And I'm going to delete this dimension, and from this point to this line, this dimension we have 117, like that. Select the line tool, we have a mistake in this area, so I'm going to remove it. So from this point, draw a line like that, and then move your mouse like that and move it back to this end point and draw a arc. And the second point is coincident here, like that. You can also draw it by using the 3-point arc. So first point, select this one, and second point, this one, and then place it or drag it like that. This is just another way. Okay, smart dimension tool, and give the dimension to this. So it has the dimension of 55, like that. So for this point here. So it is from this point and then this circle, and it's going like that. So basically, so I'm going to delete this line, select this one, and press delete on your keyboard to delete it, and start another line from this point like that. Place it here, and this point, this here we have a relation like that, the coincident relation. I am also going to delete it. So now you can move this point like that. Okay, so from this point to this point, I think we also have this point, line, draw a line from this point to this point, select this, and then control and select this arc and have a tangent relation between them. Or we can also delete this line and draw 3-point arc, select this point, 1 point on this end, here second point, and make it like that. And I'm going to select this one, this arc and this arc, and add a tangent relation between them, and this, and add a tangent relation between them. It's also not working, so I'm going to delete it. Draw a line, and again another line. This will make sense. I think there is also a circular thing. If you know the solution, just comment it. So for me, I'm going to delete it. This is the center point. So here we have a circle. So it's tangent. I'm also going to delete this, delete it, and we just reach at this point and it's 81. So from bottom to this, it is 81. Okay, 35, 47, 83. So arc tool, again arc tool, this one, press control, select this one, and make them tangent. It's not working. Make it like that. So this one is 35, and this one and this line is also tangent. Yeah, so now we are getting the shape. Hmm. But the diameter of this is not given in the drawing. So this is the correct solution, I think. I'm sure this is the correct solution, but the radius or the diameter of this is not given. So you can see. Also, I am going to let's delete it and try to add a relation between this point and make them having a horizontal relation. So now it's fully defined. So yeah, that's the correct solution. I'm sure, 100% sure this is the correct way. We also have a arc here at this point. So I just saw this design and I thought it's good to make a tutorial, but I did not know I will stuck at this point. I did not practice it. So this is the correct solution. We just go through. So how we achieve it? Let's do it again. So I'm going to delete this arc and this arc. So basically we have to draw two arcs for this point. So one arc and then another arc. So we can do that, but going here to the 3-point tangent, select this first point, then again a second point, add here and make it like that, and again from this point to this point, again an arc like that. And we want this point and this arc, and press Ctrl, select this one and add a tangent relation between them, and this arc and this line and add a tangent relation between them, and then just move it, not these points, this one and this one, add a tangent relation, and this line and this arc and line have a tangent relation. Three-point arc, select this point, draw arc at this position, and then second arc on this like that. So this one and this one, we want them having a tangent relation, and just drag it and make sure it's the correct way. So this way it seems correct. then trim this point and now add dimension. So for this one it's 35, and again you have to move this point and make it, drag it and make sure it's in the correct way like that. So you just have to drag these arcs so they are looking good, and this arc, and then control and select this one and add a linear relation between them. And now select this point, press control, select this point, and these two points are having a relation of horizontal. And now you can see the sketch is fully defined. So we got this solution, exit, and now we needed to simply extrude it. So C is for the depth of extrusion, and we have 72. So go to feature, extrude it, and we are going to type 72 and click OK. And now we have to move and make a circle. This one we can also make it with the sketch. So go to sketch, open it, and make it normal to you. Draw a circle and define the dimension of this circle. So position dimension we have, and we have the radius of it. So from this point to this point we have this dimension 20, and from this point to this edge, this height dimension, which is a vertical dimension, is 16, and for the diameter of this we have 30. And exit sketch and extrude. We already extruded. So this is the design. So this is the part one of the CSW sample test. Next we move to the next part. So for the next part, we are going to make some cuts and change some dimensions. So here we have to change the dimension, some of them, and we also have to make a cut here and a circular cut. So first of all, we are going to make this circular cut, and we have to change this dimension. So A is 117, where we have the A, this is our A, and here we have the B. So change this dimension, go to the sketch and edit it, go to normal view, and here 170, this is our B. So we are going to make it, we are going to make it 115, and then this 125, this is our A, we are going to make it 117. So these changes we make, and for the extrusion we are going to make it 82. So this is for the part 2. Here you can see this dimension we changes. Okay, next we are going to make this cut. So this one we have the given dimension. So go to sketch, open the sketch on this front face and draw a circle like that and give the dimension to this one. So first we are going to define the position dimension. So from this point to this edge it has a dimension of 35, and from this point to this edge we have this dimension 30, and define the diameter is 22. Okay, go to feature and extruded cut, and make sure you select through all for the direction 1, so it will make the remove the material. Okay, next we are going to move to the next cut. So the next cut is this one. We have the dimension. So from the top view we are going to make a cut. So select this edge, this surface, open the sketch on this surface and make it normal to you, and then select the corner rectangle from this edge. The first point is coincident with this edge. Draw a rectangle and define the dimension. So this one is 35, and see its position dimension. So this second point is coincident with this edge. So drag it or select this point and press Ctrl on your keyboard and select the edge and select this one and make them coincident. So it is coincident with this one and define the length. So this length we have 65. So this is fully defined. Go to exit the sketch, go to feature, extrude cut, and make sure the sketch is selected. And we are going to select through arc and press check mark. So now we make this cut. Next, we are going to make a cut here. So for that cut, I am going to use the reference plane and offset plane and with this face. So on the other side, we have here. So you can see from this point to this point, we have the dimension of 15. So this dimension, we are going to make a plane 15 and on the into the material. So flip offset. So here we have the plane. Okay, so open the sketch on this plane. Sketch, select plane 1, open the sketch on it and go to normal to view. Now we can also select normal to view. So we have the view. So for the this cut, we have to draw a circle. Take the circle and draw a circle randomly at this point, and we have to make it smaller. And here I am going to use the convert indentive tools. I am going to select this edge and convert them into a sketch and place like that. Okay, so for this one we have the radius 60. So select this one and here I am going to define the radius. Okay, and now smart dimension tool and we are going to position this. So from this the center of the circle to this point we have this dimension given as 100. So this dimension in this one it has the 100 and next we have so for the next dimension this is has this 60. We are going to take this point and make this point on this line like that and make sure this point and this circle it has a coincident relation. So press Ctrl, select this circle and this point and make them coincident. And smart dimension tool from this point of this point on the circle, this one to this edge, this dimension we have 12. And I'm going to use the trim and trim this portion of the sketch and again use convert identities and select this edge and convert it into a sketch and trim tool and select this edge and smart dimension select this and it has the radius of 60. So this sketch is also fully defined and we are going to go to the feature and extruded cut this one and we have its depth 40. So instead of through, I'm going to use the blind and this one is 40. Okay. And this plane, I'm going to hide it. Okay, so we did the part 2 of modeling. Next, we are going to go to the modeling, the part C. So for this part C, we have to make this cut. So here we have given some dimension. So from this point, this one, we have the 30, a distance of 30 this edge. So first we are going to make this cut, this portion of the cut. Okay, so make sure you are in the isometric view. So where we have the cut on this side. So this side, go to sketch, open the sketch on this face, and make it normal to you. Next, convert indentation tool, and I am going to convert this face, this whole face, and click OK. So now these edges are converted into the sketch. Next, I am going to select all of these and use the offset tool. And here we have this offset 3, and we needed the offset inside. So type 3 and then click here reverse. So this is the correct direction for us, and check mark, and now draw the line tool and draw a line like that, a vertical line, small dimension tool. So this dimension from this point to this is 30. So this point to this point we have 30. Okay. So make sure this point is coincident. So this point is coincident on this line. It's not touching the circle. I'm going to delete this coincident, delete it, and make sure now if we drag, we can move this point. So make sure this point is coincident with this arc at this point. Okay. So now select this point and then control and select this point, this arc, and add a coincident relation between them. Now you can see the sketch is fully defined. So basically we have to remove this portion, and then this portion. So exit this sketch. So here you can see we have a complete sketch which is divided into 2 portions. So we are going to use it, sketch, and go to feature, and here I am going to use the extrude cut. So basically the selected contours option is activated, and it is asking which closed portion of the sketch you want to extrude it cut. So first I want this portion. So only this portion is needed. So again we have a mistake here. I am going to delete this extruded cut and go to the edit sketch, and here make it normal, and you can see this point is not touching the upper point. So I am going to delete it and drag this point so it's passing this edge, and use the trim tool, and now delete this upper portion, trim it so it's must touching this arc. Previously it was not touching it, and that's why our sketch was not divided into 2. So exit it. Now go to the select this sketch and go to extruded cut, and now you can see the selected contour is activated. Now select only this portion. So we want to cut this portion, but from the other side it has the offset of 5. So how we can achieve that? Go to blind, and here offset from the surface, and select this surface. Now it will make the cut, but it will offset from the selected surface, offset from the surface. So here we are going to type 5. It's 5, but now you can see our cut is going, but it's stopping 5 millimeter away from this surface. It has the offset, so it will extrude it till this surface, then offset it from this surface with the specified distance. So if it's cutting uh, after the this surface it's passing it, we can also have this here, this reverse. So now you can see it's it's cutting till this surface, but it's also offsetting the extrusion, this cut extrusion 5 mm. So, but for us, we needed this offset on the other side. So we will uncheck it. So make sure it's cutting that way, like that. And again, we needed to use this sketch. So expand this cut extrude, select this sketch, and again go to the extruded cut. And this time for the selected contour, we are going to select this portion. Okay. And now what we want to cut it till this surface. So from this surface to this surface, we have this pen. So same way, offset from surface, this surface, select this box and this surface, and distance is 10. Type 10. So select this box, not this one, and select this face. So we achieve the model. See if anything is remaining. So it's done. Thank you so much for watching this video and subscribe my channel.